Fernando Valenzuela, congratulations on having your number retired by the Los Angeles Dodgers. You have brought so much joy to our lives. We thank you. Como mexicanos, sigue siendo el rey, vato. Chao.
Mi querido Fernando Valenzuela, muchas felicidades porque te acaban de retirar el número 34 que llevaste en tu carrera. Saludos, bendiciones. ¡Viva México! Saludos.
Fernando, muchas felicidades. Estoy muy feliz de que tu número ya esté retirado, número 34, para siempre. Un gran mexicano, un gran ejemplo a todos. Muchas felicidades.
Fernando, lo quiero felicitar por ese gran día que todos vamos a poder disfrutar con usted. Obviamente el retirar su número siento que se lo merece. La verdad, para todos nosotros como mexicanos es un orgullo. En lo personal, poderme poner ese jersey con esos colores, la verdad que me enorgullece saber que usted fue un grande. La verdad lo sigue siendo, todas las cosas que está haciendo es algo increíble. De verdad, de corazón como mexicano, es alguien increíble, alguien grande, y mis felicitaciones de corazón. Esperemos disfrutar todos ese gran día y bueno, como siempre, mis mejores deseos y bendiciones para usted y su familia.
Congratulations, Fernando. I, like so many fans, have been waiting for this night. Because tonight is more than honoring what you did on the field. It's more about what you represented off of it. You made Mexicans and Latinos fans of this amazing organization and made fans of this beautiful game. What you did, you gave Mexicans like me hope to be able to fulfill their dream. I thank you so much for that. Felicidades, mi amigo.
I think what made Fernando Valenzuela so good is he had all the details. He had all the things necessary to be a winner. There's a lot of guys with talent. There's a lot of guys that can come up and throw a great pitch, that can throw 95. Everybody throws 95 now, right? Or 100. Fernando didn't, but he threw harder than people will give him credit for. He had an array of good pitches, especially, the screwball. But I think what separated Fernando was his work ethic, how cool and calm he was under pressure, and the guy was just so determined. Fernando was a very determined individual. And I always think that separates, one from the other, good from great, is somebody that is very, very determined. I always thought it's what you have in here that's going to make the ultimate difference. Sounds like a cliche, I know it, but it is the real deal, and he had that in spades. So Fernando, I just wanted to say congratulations to you. It was a pleasure to play with you, behind you, and watch all your great artistry. Just wanted to say that you certainly deserve to have that number 34 retired. Nobody will ever wear that number again, and you certainly deserve that. So congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, Fernando, on having your number retired. I hope you realize how rare an athlete you are and how rare a person you are. Your personality, your sense of humor, the ability to learn a screwball and to be so successful with it, and one of the rare athletes that really could have been an everyday player, as good a hitter as you were, as good a fielder as you were, but you shined on the mound. Congratulations, big guy.
I think we always talk about the effect Fernando had on the franchise and the city and all of baseball, both domestically and internationally. But what has impressed me over the years about Fernando, the man and the person, is that he's the same today as he was when I first met him. Somebody who took the skills that God gave him and magnified them, but has always been humble, and he's just very blessed to have been able to be a Dodger, to make a difference here at Dodger Stadium and throughout the country. And we're so very honored to know that day in and day out, you are truly Fernando.
Fernando initially in the dugout was a bit quiet because it was all new to him. 20 years old, playing in the big leagues from another country, you didn't speak the language. Yeah, he found his way, but he began to have fun as he loosened up, and pretty soon he's just like one of the guys, like he's been there for 10 years. That's the way he pitched on the field, and his personality proved that. Fernando was a prankster. He liked to get his lasso. He had a little piece of rope, might have been clothesline, and he would tie it like a lasso. And when guys would sit on the bench and cross their legs, he'd spot it, and from somewhere 10, 15 feet away, he'd throw that lasso and rope the player's leg like a cowboy going after a bull. Congratulations on a job well done. In his Dodger years, he was part of the reason that we were successful. And for that, I am especially appreciative because it was a team effort. But with Fernando, that team effort still goes on because he's still making part of his Dodger legacy today in the broadcast booth. And the fact of the matter is they got a good following and Fernando does a great job. So Fernando, on your day, good going.
I've had lots of people ask me, why don't you give out the numbers? If Fernando isn't in the Hall of Fame, and I said, he's in our Hall of Fame. And he's in our hearts. So back then, it was basically what we felt. Fernando, it's great to have known you as a friend, a player, just somebody to look up to. But congratulations on this feat. It's great to have that number 34 off of everybody's back still.
And now that'll bring up Ozzie Smith. Ozzie representing quite a challenge. The veteran, however, has not had much luck against Fernando. He has 17 hits against Fernando in 83 at-bats, so he's barely hitting around 200. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Curveball got him swinging. It's at the end of 7.5. Fernando has not allowed a hit.
Hey, this is Ozzie Smith. I want to congratulate Fernando Valenzuela on getting his number retired by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Hey Fernando, how you doing? Congratulations. It's about time we got that number up there. Obviously great career, great impact on this organization and baseball in general. Congratulations.
Those who experienced it will never forget it. Even those too young to recall it firsthand now know all about it. 1981 and Fernando Mania. He wins his first 8 decisions, 8-0, and 5 of them are shutouts. He goes on to win the Cy Young Award, but that doesn't really capture it. He's the Dodgers' first Mexican superstar, and what that meant to the very large Mexican-American fan base that calls the Dodgers their team can never be overstated. And there was just something about Fernando, the distinctive wind-up and the eyes cast toward the heavens. And now that I think of it, when he pitched his no-hitter some years later, it was the great Vin Scully who capped it by saying, if you have a sombrero, toss it to the sky. This might be just such an occasion. Toss it to the sky in honor of Fernando Valenzuela. Congratulations, Fernando.
Fernando, congratulations. I'm very happy about this. I just want to let you know that you have so much influence on myself, and I know in Mexico baseball. And remember when I was little, man, I used to go outside with my friends and look at the game when you pitch every 5th day in Los Mochis, Sinaloa, man. I'm very happy, very proud, and always gonna have you in my heart. Mexico, you are Mexico, man. You are the baseball of Mexico.
You know, I was actually a Padre fan before Fernando, growing up in Tijuana and San Diego, but immediately I became a Fernando Valenzuela fan, which made me a Dodger fan at least every 5 days when he pitched, right? And then they get to the World Series and I wanted the Dodgers to win because of Fernando. I mean, he was not just a hero to me, but became a hero to pretty much every baseball player in Mexico. Even kids that didn't like baseball, I think, began to love baseball because of Fernando. Fernando was literally like a superhero to us because he was the biggest sports star, for that matter, at the time. If you had a Mount Rushmore of sports in Mexico, it's Fernando, it's Hugo Sanchez, it's Julio Cesar Chavez, and you know, the 4th is up for debate, but those 3 are by far the Mount Rushmore. And in baseball, Fernando is number 1 and has been number 1 and will continue to be number 1, I think, for a long time to come. Fernando, muchísimas felicidades, paisano, eres un ídolo. Tú puedes tener como compañero, jugamos en contra. Fue un honor tenerte como compañero. Eres una gran persona, un gran ser humano. Eres el ídolo de todos nosotros mexicanos, los beisbolistas mexicanos. Te aplaudo. Te deseo la mejor de la suerte para ti y tu familia. Felicidades a tu familia también, porque sabemos los sacrificios que ellos hacen por nuestras carreras. Pero más que nada, sigue siendo, a pesar de que no retirar el 34, sigue siendo el número 1. Y gracias por todo lo que has hecho por México y por todos nosotros los beisbolistas. Gracias.
Fernando, muchas felicidades porque te retires en la playa de los Dodgers. Creo que es algo muy increíble para ti y para todos los mexicanos. Solo quiero compartir contigo y decirte que eres una inspiración y un orgullo para todos los mexicanos y me alegra mucho que puedas vivir este momento. Te mando un abrazo muy grande.